After 3 games in this series, the Dallas Mavericks found themselves on the brink of elimination. And worst of all, they were looking at getting swept until Game 4. Michael Finley's jumper in the waning moments proved to be the winner. But it was the heroic effort that was put forward by Dirk Nowitzki. 2 days earlier, he battled food poisoning, and in the second quarter, he lost a tooth. But that didn't stop him from scoring 30 as the Mavs extended the series. But tonight, we are down I-35 in San Antonio, where Tim Duncan and David Robinson are nearly unstoppable. Can the Spurs close out this series? Game 5 next. And now let's take a look at our Gatorade starting lineups. Mavericks and Spurs both with the same lineups. Michael Finley had 25 points and no turnovers in 48 minutes. Duncan only shot 9 of 23 from the field for his 29 points. And now before we get started, let's join our colleague Mark Morgan.
Bob, thank you very much. You know, the Mavs' Dirk Nowitzki has had a very interesting series. He shot 29% from the field in the first 3 games. He had that wicked case of food poisoning just prior to Game 3. Then with just under 4.5 minutes to go in Game 4, he caught an inadvertent elbow from Terry Porter of the Spurs that knocked out one of his front teeth, the same front tooth that had been knocked out during a pickup game back home in Germany over the summer and then put back in. Now, Nowitzki briefly left Game 4, came back in, finished with 30 points and 9 rebounds. Teammate Juwan Howard said he looked like a hockey player with his missing tooth. Tonight, Nowitzki will wear a clear plastic mouthpiece for protection. Head coach Don Nelson says he doesn't expect the mouthpiece to interfere with Nowitzki's communication skills. In Nelson's words, I can't understand anything the guy says anyway. He was kidding, I think. Bob?
Ready for the tip-off. Dallas Mavericks in their blue. The San Antonio Spurs in their home whites. Tim Duncan gives it to Terry Porter.
From an offensive standpoint, San Antonio has been able to get anything that they wanted game in and game out.
And the lay-in by Antonio Daniels, who had a clear path down the lane. Doesn't go. Rebound Bradley. Duncan blocked it, didn't see it. Finley misses. Rebound Nash. Back to Finley.
Whenever you play Dallas, you must cut off the three-point shooting in the transition flow. They love to take it on the roll and then also cut back their transition advantage points on layups on the break.
9 on the shot clock for Michael Finley against Ferry. His pull-up from the baseline. No count. Juwan Howard goes to miss it, and it's tipped by Sean Bradley.
Don, it's early going. You need a little wake-up here right now for San Antonio. It's obvious that Dallas is coming out. They're hopping well early with the second shot. Oh!
Duncan right by Bradley for the jam. It's 2-2.
Now, he brought that back to his right hand, right over the top of Bradley.
Back to Finley again from Nash. Pick and roll. They get it to Juwan Howard. Reverse it to Nowitzki.
And he's telling the shot blocker, I'm taking it right into your face.
9 rebounds, played 42 minutes. In Game 4, he misses one this time.
Well, he must step up here, Bob, because the pressure is on Nowitzki and Howard and Finley to come in with a big game on the road. They need all 3 guys to get the job done here in this building tonight.
Now they've got the mismatch. Tim Duncan against Finley. Howard comes over inside to Robinson. He misses the lay-in.
Oh, they missed Finley. Too late. Too late.
Finley was there for the lob and the jam. He missed it. Off the board was Nowitzki's pass, and back comes San Antonio. It's 3-2 Mavs. Opening 2 minutes from the Alamo Dome. Duncan to Robinson. How many times during the season?
Well, Bob, anytime that Duncan or Robinson beat you off the dribble, what happens is the defense rotates to them, and then the 2 are very good at getting to the rim and causing a nice passing lane.
And the shot is blocked by Robinson. 4-3 Spurs, and back they come.
When you play against 2 of the best shot blockers in the league and are on one team, you can't go in soft. You got to go in there with authority.
Robinson penetrates out to Antonio Daniels. He hits the 3. It's 7-3. Mavs had led 3-2 and 5 consecutive points from San Antonio. Nash inside again. His fadeaway floater goes down.
Yeah, he likes that. He likes that game where he gets you into the paint. If he can't make the pass, he'll throw the fadeaway. I'd like to bring up and emphasize the three-point shooting of stretching the defense. That's why we gave you that graphic. Right now, Antonio Daniels in the playoffs, 8 for 16 in three-point makes.
8 on the shot clock. Daniels gets right down the lane again. This time his layup goes down. That's twice. Daniels has gone down the lane unmolested. 9-5 San Antonio.
I see right now Don Nelson is upset at Bradley. He was wishing that Bradley would at least try to block that shot.
Nowitzki gets inside, tried the layup, missed it. Ferry comes back, wanted the three. Finds Daniels. He finds Porter. Long rebound, tipped back out by Duncan. Over to Daniels. He's got Bradley in his face. Illegal defense.
Because this is 48 minutes after that, you put the suits in mothballs. So you've got to get after it here tonight.
10 on the shot clock for the Spurs, up 9-5. Inside to Robinson.
Nice.
Robinson gets it over Juwan Howard.
That was a beautiful lob. I like what Juwan Howard did, but David Robinson is just too big. Right up over the top of Howard.
Spurs 5 of 8 from the floor in the early going. Juwan Howard, and Ferry gets right in his face. Shot clock to 5. Open man is Booth. He didn't hit it. He was hitting those, but the offensive board to Dirk Nowitzki, and it goes down. Booth was hitting that little 15-footer. Let's see if he continues to do that in this game. Duncan goes right by Booth and throws it down once again. Nothing inside to stop the dunk.
Bob, that is a primetime move. Don Nelson is going ballistic. Whole story. Do you have a game when you're sandwiched? If you have the jump hook game with the right or left hand, you're going to be a potential scorer.
He has it, and he is.
Yes.
Nash inside the paint. Gets it to Booth. He missed the 15-footer this time. By the way, for the Spurs, the Twin Towers are 4 of 5 from the field. They have 8 points, and the Spurs are on an 11-4 run. They also have 2 blocks.
Nice steal. Now you got to look up now.
Nash is going to try the three. And once again, the Mavericks struggling from the floor here in the Alamo Dome, trailing 13-7. Another turnover. Nash has Finley.
This is what Coach Popovich is all upset about. The turnovers, the quick shooting, the long rebound, and then you're playing Dallas's game.
Daniels gets inside again. Remember, he's getting extended minutes due to the loss of Derek Anderson.
He's playing great. He's really taking advantage of the starting opportunity.
Nowitzki hard to the hoop this time.
You know, it's going to go into a bridge type of an effect. And you got to give him a lot of credit for immediately going to the outside game.
15-11 San Antonio. Nowitzki has 5 points and 2 rebounds.
Now here we have them in a trap for the first time. It's just a look to try to get them to pass the ball and waste some time. But
well, Daniels got the penetration, dished it in close to Tim Duncan. He doesn't miss those. Nowitzki's going to go for the three. Robinson came up holding,
he's holding
his leg. Let's see if he's all right.
He's stunned a little bit there. It's great to watch Dallas play, Bob, in this style, but you better be making and shooting a decent percentage. But when you play this way, you play in streaks.
Daniels, nobody got to him. Finley was tied up down inside. Daniels misses it. Ferry gets the rebound. 17-11 Spurs. 5:23 to go first quarter.
And then they're getting fouled.
Well, Duncan gets this one. Make it 7 with that. 3 rebounds. Make it 8. And 1 block shot already. And we saw Derek Anderson, Hubie, where he is going to really be missed is if the Spurs go on to play the Lakers.
Well, you're talking about dealing with Kobe Bryant for 47 or 48 minutes. And we know that that is a handful. Sure, they'll have Daniels. It's just something about.
Trailing 19-11.
When you play San Antonio, Bob, you cannot bring a soft game below the painted line. You got to get in there and do something and go strong.
Howard beat the buzzer. Nowitzki gets the offensive board. Juwan Howard gets the jump hook to float in.
If Howard will just get his game together, In this series, he's struggling badly, 32%. If he'll just get something going, it'll take the pressure off of everyone else because he doesn't get to the foul line. He's definitely hit in the action, but they're calling that the foul happened before that he left his feet and attacked the rim.
So it's an on-the-floor call.
Right.
Antonio Daniels has been getting to the hoop with regularity in this first quarter, and it's 21-13, and Daniels has 9. Finley's been defending him. He's been beating Michael off the dribble. Finley spinning inside. It doesn't go. They missed the tip-in. Back come the Spurs, looking for a 10-point or better lead. Ferry hits the three. It's an 11-point Spurs lead. Timeout, Dallas.
A tremendous athlete, a guy who's an excellent dribbler, gives you another guy off the dribble. But the bonus is he's shooting over 50% from the floor and threes.
3:52 to go in the first quarter. 11-point Spurs lead. Nowitzki hits the 2. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. And by the way, Howard is 1 of 4 for the Mavs. Finley 0 for 3. Booth 0 for 4. Nowitzki 2 out of 4. He has 7. Shot clock to 10. Duncan, Bradley back in. Duncan spinning inside, nowhere to go with it. Stepped out of bounds.
That was excellent defense. Finally, the man playing a dribbler got help from other people, and they put Duncan right behind the backboard.
Nowitzki almost turned it over. Bradley with it on the perimeter. They don't want that. 9 on the shot clock for Howard now against Malik Rose, who just came in. Howard drives and is fouled.
But when he extends, he's got to go and cut for your off guard.
Howard gets the second of the free throws. It's a 7-point Spurs lead. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Avery Johnson in at the point. Antonio Daniels goes over to the 2 now.
2-man game. Now they're clearing out.
And Bradley's keeping Duncan away from the hoop. He gives it up with 5 seconds on the clock. Avery Johnson hits the mid-range jumper. Johnson not a great perimeter shooter, but when he gets around 16, 17 feet, he can knock it down, and did. Here's Howard Isley running the point for the Mavs.
Anytime you double-team Duncan with a small guard, Duncan looks right over it, and he can make that diagonal pass.
Nowitzki shooting over Sean Elliott, and Nowitzki is keeping him alive points-wise, has 9 in the first period.
Yeah, he's running now, Bob. What I'd like to see him do now is post up Elliott. No way Elliott can play him down and low. He's giving him too many inches.
Bradley gave Finley some help on Daniels. Now they have the mismatch. Avery Johnson open from that same point, and the left-hander knocks it down from the same spot.
The general looks like a perimeter bomber tonight, okay? Because as you can see, they don't play Avery Johnson. Very few teams play him tight. They use his man to double team. He's making them pay.
9 on the clock, and Nowitzki gets inside again, finds Finley outside. To the hoop goes Finley with the left hand. He misses it. Bradley can't tip it. And the Spurs on the run. Spurs have hit their last 4 shots, 2 of them from Avery Johnson. Duncan makes it their last 5, and the Spurs are 13 of 17, and they've opened up that 11-point lead again. The Mavs have had the shot opportunities. They have not been falling, except for Nowitzki. And he gets this one. 11 for Nowitzki in the period.
Anytime that they run that screen and roll, and if San Antonio switches, Nowitzki just rolls low, and he's either getting a 2-guard, or a lot of times they don't switch, and he keeps Sean Elliott. I mean, that's just a major mismatch.
Duncan with the runner doesn't follow. Bradley caused him to alter it. Isley back with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You get one now, you're in good shape.
Here's the double team on Nowitzki, and he's fouled. 16 on the shot clock. Finley.
He's the guy who's got to get going, Bob.
Finley playing sluggish. He's been beat off the dribble by Daniels, and he's 0 for 5 from the floor.
Can't emphasize that enough. He's got to step up, because he and Nowitzki are your 2 primetime guys. They average over 22 a game, so you need them to play big.
Malik Rose drives past Nowitzki, and his floater drops.
Can't flop.
12 seconds in the period, 11-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, you can't flop in a situation like that.
Finley trying to beat Daniels. Can't even get the shot off. His fadeaway rims out of there. 32-21 Spurs are not only shooting 74% after one, they have an 11 assists on the 14 field goals.
Well, when you're coaching, you love to see that.
Nowitzki misses this one. Howard runs it down and throws it away, but it was touched by the Spurs. Nowitzki saves it to Isley, and look at Daniels diving for the near steal.
You got an advantage here.
Buckner into the ball game, out to Finley. Look at the defense by the Spurs. Finley to Howard. He misses the jam. Duncan was there for the defense, and back comes San Antonio.
You can't do that. You just can't miss plays like that. Take it with two hands and dunk it.
Sean Elliott drains the three. 35-21.
You just love the game. When they play Ferry and Elliott at that small forward position, they're getting solid contribution. 16 points, 7 rebounds, both guys shooting well. There you go.
This time Howard leans in and gets it off the glass. It's a 12-point Spurs lead. San Antonio, the best percentage three-point shooting team in the NBA in the regular season. 3 for 5 so far tonight. Buckner trying to defend Sean Elliott, who rolls inside, misses the layup. Trying to set something up. Here's Finley now working on Daniels. Finley is scoreless tonight. Nowitzki spins and misses, and Duncan rebounds. Tim has 9 rebounds already. Malik Rose against Nowitzki. Got him up in the air. Missed the lay-in. Missed the tip. Nowitzki gets the rebound.
If Nowitzki is going to be your center out there, he's got the board because you're dealing with Duncan.
You could see as Buckner drove in. Wow. 35-23. Spurs by 12. Avery Johnson to Malik Rose Elliott. Back to Avery. He hit 2 mid-range jumpers. Thinks it over. Doesn't do it this time. He finds Steve Kerr, who just checks in, and Kerr hits the 3.
Hey, when you play them, you can talk all you want about double teaming the inside guys and rotations and everything, but if that perimeter game is on fire, over 45%, they're dangerous.
The Mavs look a bit shell-shocked. Nowitzki made the errant pass. Nash couldn't corral it, and there's the turnover. 15-point Spurs lead inside Duncan.
But everything is compact, and it's easy right now.
Significant element.
Oh, you got to think, everyone says, well, Shaq shooting 60%. Well, that's what Duncan shoots. And he doesn't get to the line as much as Shaq. Shaq leads the league with close to 13 a game during the regular season. Duncan gets there 9-10 times a night.
Bad pass from Buckner. Tipped away by Kerr. Pushed away. Duncan misses. Duncan follows. And it's saved by Malik Rose. Look at the hustle plays by the Spurs. Bad pass. Buckner. Isley. He missed it. Rebound Buckner. It'll go in.
Don Nelson has gone small by bringing in Buckner. So you have Buckner, Isley, Finley, Nash. All right, so they're going right now with only one big guy on the floor, and that is Sean Bradley. He's going with an all-defensive group, hoping that he can cause some turnovers and get out in the open floor. But look at this problem right here.
Yeah, they lob it in.
It's Miami, but we all know that the Milwaukee...
Duncan gets the first free throw and the second. It is 41-25 Spurs, and there is no question that Michael Finley is looking very tired. 25 points in game 4, none tonight. He played 48 minutes in that 4th game. Nowitzki being defended by Duncan. Finds Isley. He misses, and Bradley doesn't get the rebound, and back comes Avery Johnson.
After the early 3 to 4 minutes of this game, San Antonio holding Dallas to 1 shot attack.
Elliott hits the 3. It's a 19-point San Antonio lead.
you don't know a thing about basketball. You just watch these guys and you say, you know what? Their perimeter guys can really make those three-point shots. They're on fire.
Duncan's going to sit down as the Spurs have their biggest lead. And Duncan has 13, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, I'm not even finished yet, and 2 block shots. Isley goes inside, trying to beat Steve Kerr, which he did, and it is 44-27.
Isley, Don Nelson told us before the series that Isley had to step up, give them 8 minutes, and then give them big point production. He's doing a very nice job in that category and shooting a ton in three-point percentage.
Kerr with the pick and roll. Malik Rose pops back for the jumper, and he does not shoot that well from out there, and misses this time. Bradley thought about it. He's going to the hook shot. Gets the rebound after it was kept alive by Finley. Isley penetrates. Bradley gets it in past David Robinson.
And it'll be interesting to watch if they can continue to do this in the next round against LA and if they should move on.
Shot clock down to 12. Bad pass Johnson. Here's Finley looking for his first points. He doesn't get that. His own rebound is stripped away. And
the team player, he's your main guy for all these years. And tonight, he just cannot get anything to drop.
Finley 0 for 7. That was his first rebound. Finley doesn't find it again. 0 for 8 for Michael. He's going to have to try to shoot through it because they can't live without it.
No, and you know he's your star. You're not going to tell the guy to stop shooting. You're going to tell him, look, keep going. You're going to get hot, and you're going to run a hot streak for us.
Nowitzki got a hand in the face of Duncan, causing him to miss that shot. Nowitzki pulls up from about 28. Doesn't get the 3 to go down.
When you play this type of basketball and you take so many threes and shoot so quickly, the rest of the guys cannot get in position to get an offensive rebound. And that's what happened now after the first 3 minutes of this game. They never get a second shot.
Isley makes the pass inside.
In 8 playoff games, Duncan is getting the front court people of the opposition, and that forces substitutions.
Robinson misses that, but the Twin Towers for San Antonio, 18 points, 16 rebounds.
Wow, very impressive.
Juan Howard got inside, had to come back out. Defense stays inside. Howard's turnaround would go. He knew Robinson was there. Juan is 2 for 7. And Finley 0 for 8. 45-29 Mavs. 5:09 to go in the first half. Finley on Daniels, been doing a little bit better job there, but Daniels gets yet another assist to Tim Duncan with the easy lay-in.
It's okay on a screen and roll to jump topside and send the guy to the baseline. But when the screener rolls to the hole, you better be there on your rotation.
Howard gets inside, he's blocked by Duncan. Eduardo Nahara in the game for Dallas. Another missed shot inside.
That's at least 4, Bob. They've at least 4 minimum.
Porter is back in the game with a penetration.
Well, they love his competitiveness. He's really a very tough guy. Had a great college career. And then also early in the year, they gave him a lot of minutes. But now, once they made all of their trades in that, he becomes a role player off the bench. But he plays with tons of energy and can make it happen for you. The only problem, he's only 6'7".
Rookie from Oklahoma, Nowitzki from the elbow, and he breaks a long drought from the floor for the Mavericks, and they trail by 16, and Nowitzki has 13.
We have 4 minutes on the clock. The Mavs have 31 points, and that's the story of this series. We're talking about a team that averaged over 100 points a game. They're grinding the offense to almost the hole.
Bad pass from Duncan. Steal by Buckner. Nahara on the wing. Buckner's going to go in. He misses it. Tipped by Nowitzki. Blocked by Robinson, but first the foul.
Very, very quick, and he can start the break once he makes the decision.
Game 5 between the Mavs and Spurs also. Check your local listings for the times.
Bob, if they would only make their layups. Now, we know they just missed another one. That's 5. Now, we're talking easy gimmies. That would have been 10 points, so they'd be hanging around right now.
Certainly be a single-digit deficit. Duncan is 6 for 7.
I'm going to take care of you, be a Bob over there. I'm going to make them all tonight.
It's certainly looking like that. You know the Lakers are watching this.
Yeah, well,
they said they were going to sit back and watch this game, and maybe they'll be out having dinner. Duncan 7 of 8 tonight.
And you're absolutely right. But the underlining thing is he is only 22 years old. Stronger post-up guy.
He gets both the free throws there. He's also had troubles in this. He came into this series with an injured heel that he injured in a celebration after defeating Utah. Then he got food poisoning before Game 3. And, of course, lost teeth in Game 4.
Just don't be hanging out with him there. The second half, all right?
He was asking me if I wanted to hang out.
Yeah, right.
How about that?
How about that play?
Nowitzki passes to a fallen.
Oh, plenty of time.
Nahara. Nash wants to go to the lead-in, gets it inside to Buckner. Good pass from Steve Nash. And we have a Spurs lead that's been chipped away at to 13 points.
Yeah, when Nelson goes in, he can really hammer these guys and get them to wait. Just take your time on the break and we'll be fine.
Duncan tries inside. 15 assists on 18 field goals, Hubie. They've been building up those assists, of course, throughout the playoffs.
Well, we all know that if you get 25 a game during the regular season, you're #1 in the league. And the teams that get 23, 24, 25, you love it. There's great ball movement, nice court spacing, and that will go on not only during the year, but at playoff time.
Finley back in. Hits his first basket of the ball game. He got about a 13-footer. He's 1 for 9. He was out a minute 39 of actual game clock time, but he actually got about a 10-minute rest.
Yeah, they're going down into Duncan here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Now Howard has Duncan out on the floor with 8 on the shot clock. Look at that with the ball fake. And 1. Duncan misses that free throw. He has 19 points and 11 boards in this half.
Oh, listen, come on, you got to clear out, give the guy a room.
Robinson stepped in there, and Nowitzki missed the shot. Minute 38 to go in the half. Very back into the game, inside to Robinson.
And they'll rifle that pass in and catch you playing behind.
Who's in the studio with them? First half analysis of this game. And they'll preview tomorrow's game on TBS between the Hornets and the Bucks. And that series all even at 2 games apiece. Minute 25 to go in the half. 54-38 Spurs. Finley gets inside Porter. Tries to shoot over Robinson. That's a luck.
Suddenly you got to go up over the top of Robinson.
Spurs have 6 blocks in this game. And of course Finley knows that very well. They're trying to post Finley against Daniels. There comes Robinson again. Finley goes to the hook. It doesn't fall. Robinson with the rebound. It's his 8th.
It's amazing how many balls he's had that have gone right in the rim, Bob, in and out.
Duncan with the rebound, pounds it inside, misses. Booth comes away with the board. 54-38 Spurs, 48 seconds to go in the half.
String him out and not let him get inside the painted area. And they've kind of eliminated his contributions here.
Juwan Howard resting on the bench. 54-39, a 15-point Spurs lead. 41 seconds to go in the half. Porter uses Duncan to strip Nash. Hits it over in the corner, and Danny Ferry tosses in the 3. Spurs by 18. Nash inside, and he's fouled down on the baseline.
He spots up either in the right corner.
Nash gets them both this time. Crowd quiet at this moment. They are, I think, feeling quite comfortable here in the Alamo Dome with a 57-41 Spurs lead. 16 on the game clock for the half. Porter inside, kicks it outside to Daniels. 4 on the shot clock. It was tipped by Finley and then off. Nash to Nahara, misses it at the buzzer. Symbolic of the kind of first half the Dallas Mavericks have been having. They shoot 29%.
Back to you.
A very honest appraisal of his ball club. and a tribute to San Antonio.
Third quarter underway. Spurs up by 16. Tried to lob to Finley.
Oh, look at it.
The ball is stolen to Daniels. And the third quarter, if you want to have more bad news for the Mavericks, Nash goes in with a prayer shot that goes down. Up until this game, Hubie, at the Alamo Dome in this series, 118-77. The Spurs have outscored the Mavericks. Porter goes in, draws the foul. It doesn't fall for him.
In Square Garden, the baskets were like cups.
As you know, played 10 years in Portland, all-time assist leader there, 3 years in Minnesota, a year in Miami, 15 years. Started in every game at point this year for the Spurs. Nowitzki spinning inside.
He wall drivers. They sandwich you and they make it tough.
And look at this, leaking out again.
Now, this is inexcusable, Bob, okay? Where are the guards? Where are your guards and your transit? Here it is again.
This time Nowitzki and Bradley were still back on this end of the court. Of course, that's not going to work either. 10:40 to go in this third period. 62-43 Spurs by 19. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Bradley steps out on the floor against Tim Duncan. Nash came for the double team too late. Look at that pass.
Nice.
Perry missed the three, but that was a very nice pass from Tim Duncan out of the post back out to the perimeter. Howard all the way, but Robinson was there and Duncan rebounds.
Very high off the glass, did not even catch a piece of the rim.
14 rebounds for Duncan. Antonio Daniels pulls up and misses. Howard can't get it, and Duncan just stayed with it and finally tipped it in, even though the Mavs had the inside position. And now it's a 21-point lead for the Spurs.
Yeah, you look at this, Bob, and you just look at that last sequence. And it was just demoralizing on the tapping of the second shot attempt.
Porter with the steal. The Spurs with yet another fast break. Nash runs out on Porter. Kicks it to Ferry. Look out. Juwan Howard with the rebound. 21 points. Spurs lead. Nash had leaked into the baseline inside Terry Porter and gets the lay-in.
Big Greg Popovich right now, he wants his ball club. Hey, relax a little bit. Back it out. Let's run a play. I want a set play right now. We do not want to be running up and down.
It's probably the one thing that could get the Mavs back in this game.
Right.
5 on the shot clock. For Duncan against Bradley. Bradley got in his face that time, but committed the foul.
What we say, he starts slowly and then he'll get better at the end of the year into the playoffs. But the thing that you got to worry about right now is, hey, it's easy to make the foul shots in blowouts, and that's what they've had in this series. Where it magnifies itself is when every game is a 3 to 5 pointer and the pressure is on every time you go to the foul line.
Look at this. The offensive tips just won't go down. Nowitzki comes away with it. He puts the shot up and got fouled. No whistle, but the shot did go down.
Yeah, see, I agree with him. And also Don Nelson jumping up and down on the side. He's giving Bernie Fryer a earful, except for one thing. It was Danny Crawford's
Who
call.
made the call.
That's right. It was right in front of him.
Duncan passes inside to Robinson. Missed the first layup, then back tipped it to Ferry, and they'll start it all over again.
Now Robinson just got popped in that exchange. He got it right on the jaw.
Duncan, look at the pass to Robinson. Porter, Duncan, David Robinson. Oh, baby, the third assist for Duncan. He's done everything else with his 4 blocks and his 27 points.
Oh, you love it when the big men can pass.
Howard trying to get inside. Runs into David Robinson. He strips it. Back come the Spurs.
You do not have to double team Howard in this series, mainly because David Robinson can just play behind him or Duncan and then intimidate him and a piece of the shot.
Finley came away with a steal. Robinson was there to cause him to miss, and then back quickly comes Terry Porter.
On the jaw, on the right side of his face.
Spurs outscoring the Mavs 12-6 in this period. until Nowitzki hit that one. Dallas shooting only 27% this period also.
Nowitzki is the only guy in the top 4 here that's been able to play his game tonight. At halftime, he came in very, very big, not only with the points, but the 11 rebounds and getting to the line 8 times.
Now Booth in the game to try to stop Tim Duncan. Nobody else has been able to. That time Duncan misses. Rebound Juwan Howard. 20-point Spurs lead. 6:43 to go in the third. Howard passes it inside, and a quick jump hook by Booth before Duncan can get airborne.
Now, that was a pretty pass by Howard. The fact that he did not force up that jump shot, he was looking down inside.
Booth had 16 in game 4, his first points here tonight.
Clear out.
Duncan missed it, but just went for the board and put it back in.
If you don't put a body on him, his long arms and his size, he stays behind you, and then he just gets up over the top. That has happened time and time again this evening.
Nowitzki fouled as he shot.
With a tap. Bob, you know, he's shooting a high percentage tonight, which is rare for him in the playoffs on the road. So you like that. He's rebounding for you. He's getting to the line. He's trying. He's giving everything that he has, but he needs some fellows to step up. Okay.
They can barely walk, I think, despite not step up. Howard gets the rebound off the Tim Duncan miss. It's an 18-point Spurs lead. Look at that. Daniels all over the defense along with Robinson. 10 on the shot clock. Nowitzki has it stripped away by Ferry. And Duncan goes up and beats Howard to the ball. Spurs still looking very quick. They've looked that way all night. In the third period, Spurs have only committed 1 team foul. Isley trying to defend Porter now. Looking to lob to Robinson. Nowitzki, 7 feet tall, got in there and defended it well. Offensive foul. The Mavericks have turned it over 5 times in this period. Spurs by 18, 4:45 to go in the third. David Robinson was left alone for a moment, but missed the lay-in, and Bradley gets the rebound. Inside to Booth, but look how quickly David Robinson and the all-NBA defensive team.
Yep, either first or second team.
Bentley missing from long range. He is 1 of 14 tonight.
You always feel it for a player, and especially a great player who is also a terrific person and works hard, and the coaching staffs admire so much. You hate them to have a game like this.
Yeah, it'll make it for a very, very long summer. For
yeah, you really
Bentley.
feel for him. He's their all-star, and he's a primetime guy, and has been here and helping in the, regrouping of this franchise.
You know what he's talking about, does he?
No, he doesn't, but I love watching him, though.
Mario, thanks, man. Enjoy the game.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Bob, back to you.
Thanks. So far in this period, the teams are even at 14 points each. And he's been coming and coming and coming and playing now at probably as well as he's played in his career.
Well, you love to see him healthy because he's right there. He's first team All-NBA, and he's also first team All-Defense. And you know that he is the total package. And he just continues to get better and better. 5 times this year, he had 20 points and 20 rebounds, and that led the league. That's a very difficult stat to get.
No kidding. Where did you get that stat? Where did you get the stat? Finley is now 1 of 15, by the way. 18 points Spurs lead. Duncan.
That's his patent move. Loves it. Loves that move. He gets himself on that isolation in an area where he can bank the shot. Greatest of all time, Sam Jones from the old Boston Celtics.
Nowitzki has 24 in the game. Isley gets the pass and hits the jumper. Back to an 18-point Spurs lead. 2:38 to go in the third. Avery Johnson in the game, along with Malik Rose and Sean Elliott.
Well, when you look at the backup people here and you say they're rotating 8 guys with Johnson, Rose, and Elliott, 2 of the 3 guys were starters on your championship team.
Duncan lost the ball on the dribble. Bradley couldn't get down to pick up the loose ball. Back to Duncan. He has 28.
Throws the defender by faking the ball right at him, and then as the defender stopped, just shot it right up. Beautiful.
Nowitzki trying to get inside, pulls up at the free throw line. Malik Rose runs it down, throws it off Finley.
And before his injury, was playing great basketball. He's not back to where he was before the All-Star break, but they're hoping on a daily basis because he is a tough hombre up front.
20-point Spurs lead. Avery Johnson passes it inside to guess who?
He's doing it all tonight. Doing it all.
That's 30 to go with 17 rebounds. Isley gets inside. He's brought a little energy to the floor here for the Mavs in this period. Duncan also has 4 blocks, I think we pointed out, and to go with 3 assists.
The ball on a quick pass, and then once the defender stopped, he just made a beautiful follow-up.
Nash back in the game. Isley open. He misses it. Bradley rebounds it. Thought he was going to the hook, but instead he found Dirk Nowitzki cutting to the basket.
This is still looking for their first.
Sean Elliott picked up that personal, and it's a 17-point game. The Mavs have 17 offensive rebounds, Judy, but only 14 second-chance points. 10 on the shot clock, 38 in the period. Sean Elliott driving, turning it over. Back comes Nowitzki, wisely to Nash. To Isley. No, Nowitzki's there for the rebound. And the putback. Kirk Nowitzki. Dirk is having himself a heck of a game tonight. One of the best he's had in the playoffs. He has 29 points.
Amen to all of that. By the way, Isley shot that close to Austin, Texas. I mean, he was so far behind the three-point line.
6 seconds in the period. Duncan will go ahead and take the shot. Doesn't make this one. And that's the end of the 3rd period. Michael Finley in this series has missed 71 shots. He's 30 of 101, only shooting 30%. He led the league in minutes played, and it's showing in the playoffs.
Well, we said that at the top. They needed it from all 3 guys up front. How about Howard and Finley right now are 3 for 26 in this game. Howard and Finley, 2 guys who shoot a solid percentage night in and night out.
Sean Elliott showing a little bounce on that jumper. Nowitzki spinning, and he's fouled. He has 29 points, 3 steals in this game to go with his 14 rebounds. 31 for Dirk Nowitzki. Spurs by 15 with 11:15 to go in the game. Hoping to close it out, get rest, and play the Lakers. Inside to Duncan. Bradley was there to alter the shot. The Mavs wanting to make a little bit of a run here.
Right now they're going small again. They have Nowitzki at the center position, Howard at power forward, Finley up front with Isley and Nash in the backcourt.
Avery Johnson getting past Nash, taking it all the way to the hoop. Key to that was beating Nash up at the top of the key. Howard, I think Duncan got a piece of that. 6 points, 4 assists, by the way, for Avery Johnson, who's playing well tonight. During the regular season, they have not lost here in the playoffs. And they have the best record in the NBA, so that tells you all you need to know about their home court advantage. Avery Johnson with that mid-range jumper doesn't go this time. Nowitzki's going to drive on Malik Rose, and one.
She's in over 80%, not only through the year, but also here in the playoffs.
He finished second in the most improved balloting to Tracy McGrady of Orlando. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Beating 83-69. Avery Johnson looked like he lost it, but instead, right down the lane for the lay-in. Small ball not helpful in the middle.
Oh, they're trying to hug the three-point shooters. When you hug the three-point shooters, the lane is open.
Nice dish from Steve Nash to Greg Buckner. And the Mavs are not out of this game. They're down 14. Of course,
always within striking distance, Bob. We never give up on an NBA game.
No
okay. Now, remember, like we said,
which is not a bad place to go.
Wait a second. You have a credit card, and you travel well.
Thank you. I do. 5 on the shot clock. Back to Duncan. The answer.
Nice steal. Nice.
Isley.
Make it happen here.
Oh, that three would have been so big. It would have brought the Mavs to within 11. 8:55 to go in the game. Avery Johnson in some trouble over in the corner.
You're with Buckner playing David Robinson. Come on, you've got to see that. You throw it in, you go right down inside to Robinson.
And now, you see what happened.
Sure. Inches in size.
Yeah, Greg Buckner is 6'4".
That's right. And you know he's not going to get a call. I mean, when he's trying to muscle David Robinson, that's automatic.
Nowitzki off the curl. Goes down, Robinson rebound.
Well, with Nowitzki outside and the 4 little guys up in front, you know this is the first shot has got to be down and in.
Duncan defended by Nowitzki, who has 4 fouls. Inside to Robinson.
No, this crew has done an excellent job. They've been very consistent all night. In all of the close calls, they've been right on the money.
Nowitzki with a near steal. Here comes Antonio Daniels down on the baseline. Back to a 17-point lead. Daniels with 15 and 8 in this game. 15 points, 8 assists. Juwan Howard cannot find the ocean. In the dome, in this building, Juwan Howard is now 6 of 34 in this series.
I would say that's struggling.
The offensive board comes out to the quick Avery Johnson after the Antonio Daniels miss. Spurs by 17, clock down to 7:35.
Nice curl, nice curl.
Daniels battled his way into the paint and got the pass from David Robinson.
This is what you like about the Spurs. They're disciplined enough. They're up big, but they're not just freelancing. They're running their stuff, and that was just a beautiful curl coming out of that left corner.
Isley trying to penetrate. Isley, Buckner, Nowitzki, Juwan Howard, and Finley on the floor for the Mavs. Just milking some clock now and taking it easy. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inside to Tim Duncan. It's a 9-2 Spurs run. Oh! May as well try it from there.
That was 2 steps beyond the three-point line.
Now the Mavs are 0 for 10 in attempting three-point shots in this game.
And we're talking about, once again, one of the highest percent shooting teams that we have in the league. Not just only field goals, but three-point shooting. And I think I better tell him, because if Juwan Howard comes over here, he better have a very solid disability policy. I want to tell you, because he has been saying some pretty nasty things to Juwan Howard.
Everybody else is fearing Howard after his flagrant fouls, and Howard finally does drain a jump shot from about 10, and Juwan is 3 of 14. 19-point Spurs lead, down to 6 minutes.
Smart. Just take your time, back it out. You know, you've got a couple of second-line guys in here right now, so you want to get your spacing and work on your plays.
All right, we've got 3-on-1, Howard is fouled but can't get the basket. The series against the Utah Jazz. And the Mavs trail by 17. Don Nelson, you pointed this out to you in the halftime interview with Mark Morgan, said it. This team's better than our team.
Oh, I don't think there's anyone that didn't believe that this was going to be, 4-1. All they're doing is closing out what was truly expected of them. Everyone thought that Dallas might be able to get one game in Dallas, and they did. This is a very tough team to score against, Bob. And they can talk all they want because they grind. You do not get to shoot over 40%. They've only had a team on 2 occasions in 9 playoff games shoot 40% against them. Strong to the basket because they know that any time that Bradley and Booth are not in there, Dallas lacks shot blocking. The biggest guy is Nowitzki, and they can take him right to the glass.
Nahara on the floor now for the Mavs. Finley to the hoop. He misses it, and Howard tips it in.
You brought up a good point about the attendance, Bob. San Antonio led the league in attendance this year at over 22,000. And the surprising team second, the Chicago Bulls, with Portland third. And it's just interesting for Chicago to continue averaging 21,600, in spite of the problems with the one-loss record.
They got so used to going to ball games, it became a habit in Chicago, is the only thing I have to say. Howard gets the jump hook. Probably too little too late as David Robinson went to the floor.
Yeah, David's upset because that was an offensive foul. He went right into his chest. Knocked David down. That was not a flop.
4 minutes to go in this game. Spurs comfortably in the lead by 16. Avery Johnson lays it into David Robinson. Have 26 assists.
Oh, you love it. Unselfish play. Everyone making the extra pass.
Nowitzki driving on Ferry, and he gets the lay-in. Nowitzki is racking up his career. Of course, any high game he has would be his career playoff high. He has 36 tonight. And 17 rebounds.
Oh, the green back door.
Antonio Daniels.
Isley turned his head on that dribble. Daniels was gone right to the rim.
To go with his 36 points, has 18 rebounds. Single game points. Iverson and Carter, what a battle they've had. Kobe threw a 48 just yesterday. That's the American Express leaderboard, and Michael Finley has now sat down, probably ending his season. As we talk about the long summer he'll probably run into, he sits down with a 1 of 17 field goal mark here tonight. After an all-star season, he finally ran out of gas.
Yeah, and he's the catalyst there. There's no doubt about it. He's the guy that has set a foundation when they brought Finley in, and then they got Nash, and they made some trades. Next thing you know, you had Bradley, and then the big one, what they moved quite a few people in picking up Juwan Howard. Michael Finley is truly a young star in this league.
And he's durable.
Yes, and a young fella with nothing but an upside ahead of him to look forward to. And remember, we keep telling you about Nowitzki. Nowitzki's still only 22 years of age. And hope that the Lakers cannot get that third score on a consistent night in and night out.
And the big question you mentioned earlier is what to do with Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely. Sure, you have Daniels. Now remember, you saw those numbers. 38 points. That was against Derek Anderson and Daniels. Now they only have Daniels, and then which way do you go here?
There are the numbers.
The quiet man just had a quiet game, and the numbers knock you off your chair.
Steve Kerr. It's 101-81. And Nowitzki continues to finish up his 2000-2001 series on a high note. And basketball enthusiasm has certainly been renewed in Dallas.
Well, you just love it. You love what's happening here now. because all three Texas teams, it's a little bit to crow about because Houston made a major improvement this year, and they have a lot of young fellas there. And if they come up with a major acquisition in the free agent, that could be very interesting.
We'll be back to what they used to call the Texas Triangle.
There you go. And do we remember those days?
Yeah. Teams come into here on a streak, lose 3 in a row, and go home limping.
And by the way, one of the truly fun people in the history of the NBA and a great coach and always was a great player, Doug Moe is in-house tonight. He's living full-time here in San Antonio. Doug had coached the San Antonio Spurs and also Denver, and just did a magnificent job as a coach.
45 seconds left in the Mavs season, and 5 between the Bucks and the Hornets. Coming up. That's 40 points tonight for Dirk Nowitzki. The one high point for the Mavs after being down 0-2 to win that one in Salt Lake City.
Well, you like what they're doing there, Bob. They did a great job in drafting people, a lot of good young talent, so that they were able to make some trades and get the necessary pieces. But they need some more help. And then we also know that the development of Nowitzki, Howard, and Finley will be paramount. And that's they got to add some extra pieces of bigger guys who can score for them.
And the time runs out as Nelson and Popovich, former assistant Popovich for Don Nelson and very close friends, talk to each other at half court, and the San Antonio Spurs will go on to meet the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. They will begin on Saturday, and not to be lost in all this are the 42 points scored by Dirk Nowitzki, almost half of the points scored by the Mavericks tonight.